Up for you here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Washington Commanders. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready. Let's go.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
There's not critical about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And this will be taken at the 13. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Second down and 6 now. Gibson again. He'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. You talk about this Miami defense. And right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that third down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this group, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish it not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Now Tua. He He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson.
That is going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. It's taken to the 26. A solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
On 1st down, right back to Gibson. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
The tackle made at the 6-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. They'll run with Gibson. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. Going for it on 4th. Here's Howell. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got it. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Jamin Davis there to bring him down. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Robinson with another carry. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35. It's a big play there for Miami. 42 yards. And I don't want to harp on it, but this defense among the bottom in the league against the run, and they show it right there.
And it doesn't matter when you get prepared for this defense, whether you're good running the ball or not. That's your plan. Run the ball against them. That's their weakness. And by the way, I think you harped on it.
I did. My bad. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. straight ahead. It's Robinson.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Antonio Gibson. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Well, if you enter the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22. Again, it's Robinson. Pushes him over. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. 1st down.
But, partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
On the counter, this is Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. They're going deep for Hill. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Jake Bailey now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at about the 14. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 20-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that. Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Hey, kill, go.
On 3rd down, here's Gibson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 131 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A give up the middle to Gibson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Got it.
They'll go again with Gibson. And he works free. There he goes left side. He may go. Antonio Gibson. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he returns this to the 22. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. On 1st down, Tagovailoa. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to pass. Tua. That is incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Dolphins first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Tua going to throw. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Commanders will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. And they're going to speed things up here. Second down, Brissett. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Sly able to put this one through. And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he'll work down inside the 45.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know, he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7.
Middle.
Once more, Gibson. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Brissett sets to throw it. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into 4th down.
A 59-yard attempt.
And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. And that will extend their lead even further. So a favorable bounce that time, to say the least, and he's able to convert the field goal there from long distance.
Yeah, the guys behind the end zone didn't need to hike the net up for this one. That thing was a dying quail, but he finds a way to boink it off the crossbar and make it drop through.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. And quickly, they get to the line.
An 8-yard pickup.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he's brought down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Past the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll run with Robinson. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. On 2nd down, Tua. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Boy, it's such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. Do you think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right here. Also, as a head coach, show some confidence in your team. Let them know you think they can go get it.
Tua on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And Washington is able to come up with a goal line stand. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Well, the offense taking an L on that play thanks to Verone McKinley, who got back behind the line of scrimmage. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Brissett Slings this deep from McLaurin. It got his man complete. A huge play there for Washington. 51 yards. Brissett on first down. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. To throw, Brissett. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defensive credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this will stay a 3-score game at 24. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. He wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice kick.
Back now here on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Eric Sauber, 34 yards. And the Dolphins are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Well, it seemed like they were so focused elsewhere they forgot about the tight end spot, and he's the one that burns him there to make this a 3-score game here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
I think there might be a little bit of defensive fatigue from those guys on that side of the ball, partner, because they've been spending their time trying to stop them from all angles. This time the tight end gets them.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 23. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
You're 19. Good. Hey, kill, go.
Here's a give to Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 215 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Gibson here running out of the gun. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Hey, kill.
On second down, a run with Gibson. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. This one from 35 yards away. Sly able to put this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Solo left Zion. All right, let's go.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. 4th down, fourth quarter. Here's Tua. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Play action now. Brissett. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
Hey, kill. Go.
Here's Brissett. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On third down, Brissett. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he'll be out of bounds well short of the goal line, so the attempt at the fake extra point unsuccessful. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Now a dump off here complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now Brissett. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Brissett from the gun on third. Eluding the pressure right. That is caught. And he's going to have a first down on a gain of about 10, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning.
That's good for Washington.
Off the play fake, here's Brissett sliding out of the pocket. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. 2nd down and 8. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 3rd and 1, here's Brissett. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They'll run with Gibson. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Gibson. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he is not going to be able to get away as they swarm it for a loss shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And the Dolphins celebrate their goal line stand. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Now Tua. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And the Commanders are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. The Bears are going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. He was brought down by Nick Needham.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
But Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf.